Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name's Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit that involves a lot of stickers. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote into chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. Mr. Bob already threw them in there. The gauntlet has been dropped by Mr. Bob. Thank you, Mr. Bob. As a reminder, if you are not currently a subscriber here, I understand that. That's okay. But you can also throw in an emote of any kind that you would like. Lastbrook is here. Hello, Lastbrook. Hello, hello, hello. Aristophan is here. We already got a solid ass crew already of great regulars. Hopefully a few more folks want to join us here on a Monday. Monday's usually okay for us, but I understand stuff comes up. There's football tonight. I don't know if it's good football or bad football. There's football, there's wrestling, there's a bunch of different stuff. There's charity streams still. So yeah, I get it. I've got a little bit of a boat built here. We're going to keep working with it on Saturday. If you missed the stream, we worked on a Lego Camaro, and when that was completed, I moved on to just get this started. This is Garp's marine ship. If you don't know One Piece, Garp is a important minor slash major character. He is the father of the revolutionary Monkey D. Dragon. He is the grandfather of the future pirate king, and main character of our series One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy. And this is Monkey D. Garp. Is he a D? I can't remember. He's Monkey Garp. Is he a D? I don't remember if that is true. I would imagine it is. But anyway, Garp is now, as of the time of the series, it's been a banger of a day. I am soaked my shower head. As I soak my shower in CLR. All right. Hey, Mr. Bob, sometimes you just got to do that. Here's the nice thing, right? That's just like a thing you had to do, and it's like, but the results are obvious. And sometimes when we can do things that have like obvious results, like your shower head is just going to work better, oh boy, that's just like, sometimes that's all we can ask for. It's just like results. Anyway, Garp's a retired Marine captain, so his ship isn't named. It's just Garp's Marine ship. Yes, it's big news here. But it is a cool thing. The ship is dog themed because Garp would be known for wearing this like dog, it looked like the equivalent of like a bear skin rug, but it wasn't real, but it was like a dog head, and then like it was like a cape. That was his thing. So his ship is dog themed. Instead of crow's nests, there are dog houses, and that's just cute. It is a cute little kit. It's got the masthead is a dog's head instead of like a lady or whatever. It's pretty cute. We're gonna build that now. This is a one-piece model kit, so it is mostly stickers. Like, a lot of the detail work are going to be many, many stickers. You see this? This is the back of the ship. This is going to be covered in stickers. A lot of stickers are coming to be put on that, which has its pros and cons. It's a decently priced kit for what it is. It's just the detail comes, unfortunately, from many, many stickers. And you're going to have, like, all of, like, these stickers as well that have to go on as well. That wasn't all the stickers. There's also these stickers, which are going to go on all of our for just more detail work for like the dog face and the paws and the tops of all the sails, which is cute, but like a lot of work. So we're going to be doing a lot of sticker application. We'll be doing a lot of, just trying to make it work and figure it out and trying our best, and it'll be fun. That's the agenda for the Monday night. We're going to work on a good kit. In the second hour, of course, we're going to talk about anime, because we always do. I have 3 shows to talk about, so we'll talk about those. Jam is here. Hi, Jam. Somebody renewed their subscription before the stream began. If you would like to hit that notification button so that we can all say thank you for that, feel free to do that. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But yeah, I appreciate it. Having those subscription numbers be high is very helpful for me to continue to do these things. So I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to hit the old retweet out here. We'll get going. I had somebody say, Pat, you take a while to start your streams and to get into building, which I do. But also, sometimes people take like 20 minutes before they actually do the thing they're going to do on their stream, and I don't do that, at least. I like take like 5 to 6 minutes. So, it could be worse, honestly. Um, but yeah, I always just like to give a few minutes for people to be able to come in because I'm not expecting them to be here right at the beginning. But as long as we have a few folks with us, I'm totally okay with that. So we're going to get going in here. We're going to apply some stickers to this piece here and the rudder, and then we'll put them together. And I just want to check one little thing. And I did. I checked the thing I need to check. Great. I hope you're all doing well here on this Monday. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. I didn't do a whole lot. Let's see. I went for a walk today, and that was nice. It's just nice to get out and kind of like do my best to sort of relax a little bit, stretch out. I just needed it. The weather was cool, but not cold. It is not going to get cold here, but it is going to get like cool. 36. All right, that's 30. Okay, so that's 36. That looks curved because that's curved. Great. It's not actually that curved in this photo, but it is there. That's weird. I guess they couldn't make it look right. A lot of this is going to be like double checking and making sure because some of these stickers are similar, and I don't want to fuck anything up and put the wrong sticker on because these stickers do not like to get removed and reapplied. So it'll be a lot of me being like, is this right? I think this is right. I think this is right. Oh, yeah, it's right. Yay. And then kind of judge it as best I can. A little off, but I'm okay with that. Won't even be noticeable. Once it's attached to the side, it won't even be noticeable. That's going to be fine. So a lot of this kit, as it slowly becomes a cool dog, and the dog has its tongue out and has a bone in its mouth. It's great. Got a cool spike collar. It's fun. But yeah, not a lot to say about Garp. As I said, this ship doesn't have any forward cannons on it because Garp throws cannonballs, or in his prime, he could throw cannonballs faster and farther than a cannon. So they just had lots of cannonballs, and then he would just honk them at stuff, which is fun and nonsense. There's a good bit of nonsense in the show. But yeah, Garp raised he raised his son, and then he raised his grandson, and then his grandson on 2 occasions just met random boys, and then they got adopted. One of those sons was Roger, Roger's son, very important. And one of those kids was also the child, but forgotten memories, the child, or at one point adopted child of royalty, who later, through happenstance, would be rescued and raised, presumed dead. So this is Sabo we're talking about here, and then raised and working in the Revolutionary Army. And then, for somehow, in all those years working in the Revolutionary Army, never saw a photo of his blood brother Ace, his brother, and then finally did see a photo of him, and all his memories that had been that he didn't have access to came back suddenly, and it was very traumatic when he suddenly remembered. And then he didn't. Then he spent a little bit of time before he went and found Luffy, who is his brother, who he had forgotten all about because of amnesia, which is Oda is okay. I'll say this about One Piece. Oda has only done amnesia twice, to my knowledge. One being Sabo, and one being a period where Big Mom had amnesia. So I think he's only done it twice in like over 1,000 episodes of an anime and a good chunk more of a manga. So that's pretty good. all things considered, that it is an epic tale with lots of characters, that he's only used amnesia twice. It still sucks as a device. It's still annoying, and I don't enjoy it, but it's not the worst. Uh, I mean, Fire Force is only like 20, was it 26 and then change? It's less than 50 episodes in, and the main character has had his body taken over like 3 times. So like that's pretty good. Like, which is obviously a terrible, annoying cliche, and they did that 3 damn times. So only having one instance or 2 instances of memory loss in a long series like that is pretty good. I think. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I got taken for a ride on Twitch and or Twitter, and I deleted it, so it's not a big deal. But what happened was apparently sometime in June, Barstool Sports put out a tweet that was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't. It was just a bad lie, and it was a map of the United States, and it was like supposedly the a poll statistic data had been used for the favorite fast food restaurant of each state. And if you just looked at it, you'd go, Chuck E. Cheese isn't really a fast food place. That's odd. Or like, huh. I wouldn't imagine that the Pacific, hey, Lord Crashington, I wouldn't imagine the Pacific Northwest would be really into In-N-Out. Do they have a lot of In-N-Out in the Pacific Northwest? And you'd be like, huh, that's weird. And maybe you just go about your day. Because the joke of it was that it was a lie. Not that it was funny. That's not the joke. The joke was that it was a lie. Because the name of the research group, if you made it an acronym, was like PISS. That literally was the joke, was PISS. Because mostly it was just like to force shitty engagement, right? Because you'd reply and you'd go, I live in Maine. No one eats at Long John Silver's. That's what you would reply, right? You'd be like, what? No, we don't eat that. Like, there's no Chick-fil-A in our state. What are you talking about? Now, how I figured out that this was bullshit was, and when I retweeted it, I didn't tweet the one in June. What I did was I retweeted the same tweet from one of their podcast things. So they did a tweet in June, and then they decided they were going to recreate that tweet like today, but do the exact same tweet, but underneath their podcast Twitter feed. And I didn't know that podcast was a Barstool Sports podcast. I probably wouldn't have retweeted it then. That's on me. That is my fault that I chose to just like totally not pay attention to what was going on. I fucked up in that respect. That's on me for not doing my due diligence, which I should have. But the thing that I didn't understand was I was like, Alaska's favorite fast food place was Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. And that didn't make any sense to me. Because I was like, there aren't that many Bubba Gump shrimps in the country. Why would there be any in Alaska? And then I went and looked it up. And there aren't any in Alaska. So I retweeted saying like, hey, this seems like either this is bullshit or it's aspirational. And the entire state of Alaska was like, well, our favorite would be Bubblegum Shrimp Company if they would have one here. That would be our favorite and we would love it. Like, and I was like, I bet this isn't aspirational. This just seems like bullshit. And it was. And then immediately people were like, hey, this thing is bullshit. It was originally posted this, blah, blah. Here's the Snopes about it. Okay. And that's fine, because a lot of people were like, I don't know, this does check out for where I live, or there are, people were letting me know, like, there are no In-N-Out. There's 3 In-N-Outs in the entire state of Oregon. This seems weird. Who would whatever. I did get somebody who was like, um, shouldn't the Mid-Atlantic just be Wawa or Sheets? And I was like, yes. The Mid-Atlantic should either be Wawa or Sheets, or most of the country should just be McDonald's because it's McDonald's. Let's be real. It's McDonald's. Um, but too many people were like letting me know it was bullshit because I replied to my own first tweet going like, hey, turns out this was bullshit. Okay. That's on me for not doing my research. I should be better about that. Like, click on the thing. Because if I clicked on the thing, I would have seen, like, who posted this? Oh, Barstool Sports podcast posted this. This is definitely bullshit. And I didn't do that. And so that's on me. But too many people were replying to letting me either going like, we don't eat that here, or letting me know, yes, this is bullshit, without reading my reply. So I just deleted all of it. And I will move off this topic, but I do want to say one thing in particular. And that is, it wasn't funny. I posted one. There was a parody of it, which I posted first. I didn't realize I was posting a parody a couple weeks ago that was like everyone's favorite fast food. And it was like Swedish fish for one, and one was like mayonnaise, and another one was like cigarette butts, and like Georgia was peaches, like gummy peaches or whatever, and it was funny. I didn't even know the context of it. I just thought it was very funny because it was clearly bullshit, but it was funny bullshit. This thing that I ended up retweeting and then deleting wasn't even funny. It was just dumb. Or, not dumb isn't great. The funny part is I didn't think much of it because I saw Texas was Whataburger and went, yeah, Lashbrook. So that's the thing, right? So at the funniest of it, at possibly its funniest possible is, okay, so the best case scenario of them getting you is, okay, really what they want to do is, so if they wanted to have all of Texas be mad, they should have made it another burger chain. They should have said Five Guys. Texas's favorite is Five Guys, because then maybe you'd go, this is bullshit, and you'd retweet it saying it was bullshit, or you reply saying it's bullshit. So, as always, a lesson that I must take in, again, that I've tweeted out this plenty of times, and I definitely continue to believe it, but it is important to mention this and put it out there. We check before we investigate before we retweet. And that is a lesson that I have to reapply in my own life. Again, it's just wasn't funny. It was not meant to be funny. It was meant to increase engagement. Yes, or In and Out. Yes, Lashbrook, if they had said it was In and Out. Garp, I wish he would wear the dog head again. Well, Dr. Lullaby, he is retired right now, so he's probably not going to wear it unless, he gets in active, they pull him back in, say, hey, you got to work again. But, they won't, because he's an embarrassment because of his kid and his grandkid. But yeah, I can't imagine we're going to see Garp wearing the dog head anymore. But you're right. That is what we're working on here as we apply some stickers. And then we got to apply some tiny stickers to this part because, as I've said, this kit is mostly stickers. All right, so we need 27 and 28. 27 is this one here. 26. That's what we got. That's what we're doing. Yeah. I wish I could block out that site and its community. Yeah, the real thing was I didn't know they had a podcast that was about like movies or whatever. Of course they do, but I didn't know that. It was just a website looking for engagement or Twitter account looking for engagement, and their way of getting that engagement was to just try to get people, riled up because there weren't sports in June for them to talk about, I guess. Or movies, honestly. So they got to do something. Yeah, I played more Bug Snacks, Mr. Bob. I am currently of the opinion that all of the parts of Bugsnax are very good, and I enjoy all the parts of Bugsnax, but I think that there are too many parts of Bugsnax. I think Bugsnax is too developed of a video game. I think that they, took a lot of very good feedback from their first game, because it's their second game. Took a lot of very good feedback from Octodad, and decided they were going to do everything they could with Bugsnax. I think the marketing has been super vague. I don't know, Dr. Lullaby. So the only problem I will say with the marketing was the very end of that trailer is misleading because it makes you think that this dark. Oh, I didn't know what the game was about gameplay wise. I mean, I don't. I mean, the trailer basically says like, "Hey, you're gonna do this stuff. You're gonna catch these things. You're gonna do this." Like, I don't know. There isn't. There to me, the end of the trailer I didn't like because because it got dark at the end and it like kind of gave this little bit, and there is a little bit of darkness. So here's the thing: do I like the characters? Yes. Do I think they're interesting? Yes. Do I like the tasks and all that? Yeah. But but it's like not Viva Pinata and it's not Pokemon Snap, but it is both of those. But it's also not like what was the name of the main character is like they're going to make a sequel of it. She's like she can take photos, but she also kicks a lot of ass and runs around. I think her name is Jade. And they kept continually announcing the sequel was going to come out. I wish I could remember the name. That one, photography was important, but it wasn't like the main thing. It was more of an action game that had photography in it. But I don't remember the name. I've played it. It's just the name is out of my head. But that game, I was like, that game, I thought there was going to be more photography, and photography became like the thing you do, but it's not the real thrust of it. I'm getting Viva Pinata vibes, but as soon as I do, the game runs away in the opposite direction. Yeah, Mr. Bob, that's the thing, right? My biggest issue with the game is Beyond Good and Evil. Yes, Dr. Lullaby, thank you. Yes, also Mr. Bob saying Beyond Good and Evil. So Beyond Good and Evil, to me, I was like, oh, this is an action game that has photography. Like, okay, sure. And if you just wanted a photography game, or like me, if you were like Bugsnax, if I think too hard about this, I will not enjoy it. And that's the problem because they thought very hard about Bugsnax, which they're supposed to do. But I don't think I shouldn't say I shouldn't. As of the point I am right now in the game, I feel like I'm thinking about the world of Bugsnax way too much, and some of the stuff that I'm finding out about Bugsnax should be like fan theories on like Tumblr. You know what I mean? Like fan fiction. Like they're answering questions I don't think they should have, and maybe people would have been like, "Oh, I wish I knew what this was." But like I don't know, the more I think about Bugsnax, the more like unsettling it is, and I don't think the game is trying to be unsettling. I just think that I'm like, "Oh, what? Okay." So I like it, but I don't love it, and I want to love it very much. I very much want to love Bugsnax, and right now there's just no way for me to love it, and it's a shame. Um, like a Dragon, I'm really enjoying. That is the other game that I am playing. I can't believe I'm playing two video games like at the same time, basically. I'm very much enjoying Like a Dragon. Uh, I wish Viva Pinata had a functional modern PC release. I hear you, Mr. Bob. Just it's not going to happen. The second one sold worse than the first one. And the cartoon would have brought in new audiences if they had made a different game, but they didn't make a different game. And so that ship has sailed. And I just feel like we're never going to get anything remotely related to Viva Pinata ever again. I think that's just over. I don't think it's worth it to them to port it. Yeah. No, I agree. Um, so I'm playing like a dragon, and I guess I don't maybe I'm not deep enough in like a dragon to get this criticism, but a lot of people are like they don't like the main dude, and I like. Look, here's the thing. He's not. You have one video game, which, to be fair, I am not all the way through, and you pair this one dude in one video game up against a guy who has had 7 video games, 1 through 6 and 0. So yeah, maybe he feels underdeveloped based against a fucking franchise where they focus on one character. Um, but I'm fine with that. I am fine with my collection of weird dirtbags. Hey, Dirty, welcome. Playing like a dragon now. Turns out finding cats is very lucrative. Yes, but I'm digging it. I love all the characters. I'm digging the fighting, the combat right now. I think is really fun. I'm enjoying the world that is being presented and built. Is it overly dramatic? Yes, in that Yakuza style, 100%. But is it full of like a bunch of people that I'm like, hell yeah? Um, so no, so Dr. Lullaby, that is Judgment or Judge Eye. Judgment is in the same universe as Yakuza, but it is a um, now disgraced detective turned like private eye, figuring shit out. Like a Dragon is a brand new game. It is a new character and a new fighting system in the Yakuza series, but it's focusing on another low level dude that was like left to die. Basically, like it is the story of some shit went down. He took a fall, and then when he should have been embraced for taking that fall and doing the right thing, instead he finds himself having to basically rebuild his life and figure out what's going on. Um, and lots of nonsense characters along the way, and it is very fun, and I enjoy it very much. Um, and if that sounds interesting to you, I think it's really great. I think it is an RPG fighting system because this dude loves RPGs, and that is the basic explanation of what's going on, and that's fine. Um, and it is pretty damn enjoyable. It is sometimes it feels mindless, but that is not a complaint because sometimes I'm just like, heck yeah, this is very fun, and I am enjoying what's going on here. All right, so we got to put a lot of stickers on here. Um, Dirty says, I ended up grabbing Like a Dragon for my upcoming holiday leave. Okay, let me just figure out 52. So I need 52, which is 52. There it is. For upcoming holiday leave, I bought it, and for the Xbox through Microsoft Store, it had a small infraction when it started installing on my PC until I realized it's a Play Anywhere title. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. I only have the PC right now, but everybody, uh, I am getting a console on Wednesday. I'm getting a Stadia on Wednesday. It's coming in the mail on Wednesday from FedEx. I'm getting myself a Stadia. Am I going to do anything with this Stadia? Probably not. I'm probably just going to use that Chromecast. I got to remember once I get it to cancel my month of uh, of Stadia, but I got it, and that's weird. Very much looking forward to seeing what's up with Stadia. Um, I'd really love for the Fist of the North Star PS4 game to get PC release. It's the Yakuza engine, but you can use. Oh yes, beat pull up with yes. Onomatopoeias. Uh, yeah, I've seen that game. That looked fun. I didn't know it was in the Yakuza engine, and that makes a lot of sense. The Stadia setup to gameplay is about 15 minutes, so it has that. You're lost in one you want to play during your breakdowns, Bob. Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now I am liking, but I want to love, but I'm not loving, but I am liking still Bug Snacks, and I'm really enjoying Like a Dragon. Um, and while the new cards haven't come out for Hearthstone, they will be out very soon, and I will be playing Hearthstone on Wednesday to check out the new cards and to either try out new decks or continue with my decks with some additions because there are some cards that are going to make my Evolved Shaman deck a little bit better. So I am going to be playing with those. There is particularly a new card to pull weapons out of your deck. So I think I'm going to augment my deck a little bit to make it more about that Bog Spine, which I think will actually balance the deck out quite a bit. So that's my next goal is to do that. And then also I want to. Oh, Dirty just hit the button for the gong, so it's time to hit that gong. Thank you, Dirty. I'll do that. Uh, yeah, Mr. Here's the thing, Mr. Bob. I kind of just want the Stadia to have the Stadia again. Thank you, Dirty, for hitting that button. I kind of don't care about Stadia. I mostly got it because it was free because I have YouTube Premium, and I was like, oh, I'll get this. So I'm kind of like fine with not really checking it out here. I think that'll be okay. But yeah, I'll see what's free and try some stuff out. As I said, I'm mostly doing it for the Chromecast and for having the ability to just own this thing and see what's up because it's a weird thing because I never get dead on arrival consoles, so I felt left out. Uh, so yeah, I'll check that out, and that seems fine. Also, the TV that it will be attached to is used most of the day, so I will have to, borrow the time to go use it. Whereas my PC, I just use my PC when I want to use my PC, and it is not a problem. So, all right, we got to put a sticker on a sticker. This is a little weird. I don't normally do this. They have like 30 free games for premium accounts. Yeah, I'm going to check them out. I'll check out a free game and see what's up. Um, so this part here, I'm going to be putting a sticker on, sticker number 5, which is from this part here. So I'm going to be putting a sticker on a sticker, which feels weird, but that's what they're asking me to do. So let's get this here. Is this a? All right. Should be very careful with this because they are tiny stickers. But yeah, so I'm going to be applying this sticker here. All right, put that on there. Looks neat. Got one more sticker to put on this side, and then I'm going to do everything I did before, but on the other side. Oh no, I have 2 more stickers to apply here. Oh, 3, 4, 5. I have a bunch more stickers actually. What am I even talking about? Also, I did cancel my Stadia trial, but has some cool stuff going on. Controller connects to your Wi-Fi and not your local device. Yes. Uh, yeah, that is a weird thing. Every part of it is weird, Mr. Bob, and nonsense, but I'm looking forward to learning more about the nonsense. Okay, so we got to put sticker. Why are these like 13 stickers on here? All right, fine. 32 and 34. I mean, I'm saying why are there 13 stickers on here, or 30 stickers on here? It's because there just are. This kit is just full of stickers. So let's do 34. This one here, and then 32 is above it. Great, got it. Yeah, if you don't like stickers, don't get a one-piece kit because these things are just a lot. Uh, yeah, So basically, as soon as I get it, I'm gonna test it out, see what's up, and then I'm gonna cancel because this is free for me, so it's fine to check out. But I'm not really interested in it as a product. I'm mostly interested in it as like a weird thing. Hey, having another controller is great because I have one controller here. I have a Xbox One controller that I use on my computer, And so having a backup controller would probably be nice uh, on the PC in case something happens to that controller, because my other controllers are in storage, because I was like, well, I only need to bring one, which I think is still, it was still the right call to only bring one controller when I moved here. But yeah, I feel like, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like a cool idea that is just dead on arrival. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't really need it, but it was free. So I was like, well, I'll check it out. And that's something I talk about. Because y'all know this, that some days when it's time to stream, and I think, okay, what am I going to talk about on stream tonight? That's as far as I get. So, Lastbrook, I, I, I assume you can hook it up to your computer and use it as a controller on your computer, or if it doesn't let you do that out of the box, that someone has figured out a way to do that. Um, that's what I thought anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm sure there's been some sort of there's an option to do that, to use your Stadia controller as just a PC controller. But if not, uh, maybe with a USB cable. Yeah, maybe with a USB cable it'll work. I don't know. If not, then that's fine. Also, like I said, I want to check this thing out. It seemed like nonsense, and and enjoy a little nonsense. Also, it does come with a Chromecast. It's not the most modern version of the Chromecast, but it is like a Chromecast, and we don't have one of those in this house, so it's kind of nice to have that. That'll be like a nice thing to have to use for other things. Yeah, it goes straight to the cloud in an attempt to lower latency. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out. Like, I haven't done that research. That is the thing I can do. But as I said, I was kind of saying there, a lot of this is just like, boy, do I not have things to talk about on stream these days, because, like, not a lot's happening with me. So if I can find something to talk about, that rules. Like, I'm going to be playing Hearthstone on Wednesday. You can come by. There's a new expansion. We're checking out some new decks. Part of what I'm going to do on Wednesday is also talking about how I don't think that the Tavern Pass is bad. And a lot of people, you can't beat free. Indeed, a Chromecast for free because I already use YouTube Premium is like totally worth it. But yeah, as I was saying, there's a new system, the reward system, where you would get like a quest a day and get free packs. That has changed in Hearthstone, and I don't think it was changed for the worse. I know some people really do. They're very unhappy with the new system because they say it's slower than the previous progress because they got rid of like some of the higher gold quests, but those weren't always possible, and the unlocks are worse and all this other stuff. And I'm like, all of that is true if you are a premium user of Hearthstone. If you are a whale in Hearthstone and you spend a lot of money, because a lot of people are coming from this of like, oh, well, you had to buy all these packs, right? You had to buy all these packs to get all these cards. You got to buy all these packs. And I'm like, do you? Because I don't buy packs. I haven't spent money in Hearthstone in 2 years. I play Hearthstone every day. I play Hearthstone on stream once a month. Now, does it take longer for me to get the cards I want? Can I not build any deck? Is it going to take me longer to get every card in the expansion? Yes. But also, like, I dust legendaries that I know I'm never going to use because they're in classes I don't like to play. And other people are like, oh, it's going to take me so long to buy enough packs to get all the legendaries. I'm like, why? There are legendaries that are on purpose terrible. Why would you want them? Or they might not be good for 3 expansions and then suddenly be kind of cool. And I'm just like, I do not know what to tell you. Like, we are in different worlds for it. For me, a person that is honestly at this point just doing free to play and has occasionally put money into the game, but has not in quite some time. Like, every part of this thing is like, I am totally fine with whatever they're putting out. And like, yeah, it's just like, okay. Oh, what do they do? Oh, they got a new thing. Does it slow down my gold so I can buy packs with gold? Not really. Okay, great. Fine by me. I feel like the Stadia is just a bit ahead of its time. Yeah, the thing is, Dr. Lullaby, that like it didn't it it's an interesting idea, but also like the fact that like not all like Stadia I think is a great concept, but its execution is very poor, its use case is very slim, and it's never going to like it didn't have any buzz, it didn't have any exclusives, it didn't have any like huge backing and people excited about it. It's like it's a great technology, but one of the problems is that Google does like only cares about a small percent of what Google does, and anything else that's part of Google, it kind of doesn't care about. So it's not going to get support for a very long time, and like the right kind of support that it needs to thrive, because it is just another thing. And then they'll leverage that technology in some other way, and then eventually Stadia will go away. Or it'll live for another 15 years, and people will be like, oh yeah, Stadia. That's good now. And you'll be like, really? And they're like, yeah, no joke. It's actually good now. And you'll be like, huh, okay. I'm glad you like it. I'm surprised it's good now. You'd be like, no, it is. Believe me. This is not the right piece. This is sticker. I pulled the wrong sticker off. I'm going to try to put it back as best I can. And hopefully I'll be able to get that on without having to use tape later. I pulled the wrong sticker out. Don't forget Stadia's solution for places that don't have good internet was that Stadia would drive the market to correct itself. Yes. And that is that I mean that was somebody's answer to that's that sticker there. That was the answer to, hey, what about places that don't have good internet? Well, they'll get good internet because people are going to want to use Stadia. And you're like, you know that's not true. You know that's a lie. You just don't have anything better to say than that, which is sad. You need to come up with better lies. Stadia is weird because within its community walls, everything is smooth sailing. No Stadia for Hawaii. Yeah, no, but that's just the thing, right? It's like no Stadia for a lot of places. I can't tell you if Stadia is going to work well on my parents' television, which is right next to the router. I have no idea if that is going to work well, which is the TV it'll be plugged into. I have no idea if that's going to work at all. We'll find out, but I have no clue. All right, I got all the stickers that are supposed to go on this side. I'm going to double check, but yeah, lots of stickers applied. Now we're going to do other stickers on the other side of the boat, which are identical stickers. Exactly what we just did there, now on this side. And again, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up because it's easier to start there. And that way we might not miss any stickers because I also don't want to miss anything. But yeah, we'll just apply them again. My worry is that it becomes a stack of patents Google uses to keep down people who want to play in the area. The good bus system. Yeah, dirty. That is good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on what kind of patents they have and all of that. Like, could be to just like protecting their own interests for future ideas they might have. But honestly, I have currently talked and thought about more Stadia in this stream than I have ever before in my entire life. I have never spoken as long about Stadia as I have during this stream. And even when I get like Stadia, that'll be a stream where like on Thursday, I will talk about like setting up my Stadia. Oh, I set up my Stadia, and I will give my impressions while we continue to put stickers on this set. Because I am sure we will definitely be doing that on Thursday. But that is it. Like, I don't expect to talk about it too much beyond that. Set things up, try it out, see if there's anything that I want to do. Try out a couple of the free games. Getting people to play their one game a year with a $500 system is a cool idea. I mean, honestly, that is like, there are plenty of some folks in this chat right now, who just put down a lot of money to play an expansion for a video game or to play re-releases of games with updated graphics or frame rates, but still not both. Or they're playing games that also came out for PC and also came out for the last generation. Like looking for value when you spend a lot of money is obvious and understandable, and in many ways very difficult. I am going for a different perspective, which is I am going to try to be marginally excited about a device that costs me no money, but I have very a little to no expectations about being good. Uh, so the Stadia, because it did not cost me any money to get, has a very low bar for exciting me, because it does not have to do much to get me interested in it, because it did not cost me anything. Uh, yeah, I mean, like, so look, here's the thing. If you were going to get a PlayStation 5 because you are in the ecosystem and you are going to continue to buy PlayStation games and you buy the few the year that come out that are exclusive that mean a lot to you, you were going to get one anyway. And you have it. And you know you're going to get that. If you were going to get an Xbox because you have lots of Xbox games and you want to continue and their media stuff is very good, like their apps are very good and their ecosystem is very good and their UI is, last gen got good, was good, was a return to form in many ways. And that's where you put your investment. That's where you put your time and energy. And so, like, you're going to get one of those. And it makes sense, even if you don't necessarily have it. Mr. Pro says, I know I'll own a PS5, but I have no plan to as when. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? They're going to be games that you want to play. For me, it's like, eventually, I know I'm going to upgrade my PC. Do I have any plans to upgrade my PC in the year 2020? Hell no. Do I have plans to upgrade my PC in the year or build a new gaming PC and continue to use this just as a streaming PC and then have a system that is for games and not put all of my eggs in one PC? Perhaps I'll build a completely brand new PC instead of upgrading parts, and continue to keep this as my streaming PC. That's certainly something that I have considered in next year, but I don't necessarily have any concrete plans to do that. But right now, this thing still plays the games I want to play and still runs, and also, just that's my situation. Launch titles for both Xbox and PS5 are lackluster. You're not wrong. There was a global pandemic. They decided they were still going to release these consoles when they have pushed the major releases that were going to come out for it. The fact that the Xbox came out without Halo Infinite is like, nobody wanted that. The fact that the third-party games aren't really there, that the third-party games that are out are cross-gen, and probably run fine for both. That like the promised stuff kept getting pushed and pushed, and I'm going to tell you this right now, folks, because it doesn't take a lot to make this guess. I feel like they're going to push Cyberpunk again, because they'll just keep pushing it because they're not done with it. Like, it's not a huge stretch to say, I feel like they might push that game again. Because they, it's just like they'll find some other reason to do it. But yeah, I mean, I think like, and the install base for the Xbox and PlayStation are going to be low for a while. It's called Cyberpunk 2077 because it comes out in 2077. Yeah, I mean, I did see somebody write more like Cyberpunk 2007, which I was like, yeah. No, I mean, it's not going to be pushed. I mean, it'll only be pushed back one more time, probably, but I do think it's going to get pushed back one more time because I do think they just don't have it. They just don't have it done. There's just so much left to do and polish it, because there are people who are just who have just decided this is the best video game that's ever going to come out. They've decided before playing it, it's their favorite video game, which is one of the most dangerous gamer takes to have. There's probably nothing more damaging than gamers who have decided your game is the best. Because if people decide your game sucks, they will talk a lot of shit about it. And then they will find another game they think sucks. But if people love your game, they will either love it so much that they will hunt you down to tell you how much they love it and be nonsense, or they will, or more likely, because they have built it up to be the best thing ever, when it is just a good video game or a great video game, they will take it personally. Oh yeah, I'm excited because they did really well with Witcher 3, but I do not expect it to be the best fucking thing since Half-Life 2. Here's the thing. Cyberpunk 2078 is probably going to be a very good video game because they will have a bunch of shit from this game and get a bunch of user feedback on how to make the next one better because they will have statistics that they get uploaded for when you're playing for like decisions you made and like, oh, nobody played it like this, or oh, this was the build that everybody liked, or ooh, we never had this in testing. Shit, we got to put a patch out for that. They'll get so much feedback that the sequel to this game will probably be great. But, and maybe this one will too. I don't know if it will or not. I just know there's no way to believe that that it will satisfy people because the folks that really want it to be great, I don't think you can be satisfied. I think they just don't have satisfaction built into their bones. Because they need it to be the best thing ever. And it's a video game. So it won't. It's weird seeing an article recently about how you can customize your teeth and fingernails. Sure, that was worth a year plus of crunch. Yeah, I mean, it's just, and the thing is that there are people who love those kind of tools, and there are people who are like, I do not care how big or long my character's penis is in this video game where he is not going to be fucking, or they are not going to be fucking. And there are other people that are just like, they thought of everything. Is a really good quote about how this is, at this point, Half-Life 3 has been delayed and hyped so much that you never ever lived up to expectations. I think Cyberpunk will have the same problem. So, Dr. Lullaby, the interesting thing is that Half-Life 3 is never going to come out, so it's okay now. It's just never going to come out, and it doesn't matter, and it's okay. Because nobody's actually waiting for it anymore. They made Half-Life out. You want Half-Life 3? Play Half-Life Alyx. That is the latest Half-Life game. So it's just so easy to release that and just go, it doesn't exist anymore. There won't be Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3 will never come out. There will be Half-Life games at some point for somebody, and somebody will be like, oh, yeah, I never played Half-Life Alyx. How is this Half-Life game that's not in VR? And they'll go like, oh, it's pretty good. Oh, it's fun. Oh, this is cool. But, like, we don't have to worry about Half-Life 3. Like, those long-waited video games, like, the best thing to do is just go, that's not going to come out. And then you're fine. Then it's okay. The thing is that we will see Cyberpunk. And it will excite people, and it will disappoint people, and people will hate it more than it deserves because it wasn't the thing in their head they decided it was months ago and never did any research to find out that they're wrong. And it also will have people that, because they put so much effort into loving it, they will refuse to accept any criticism of it because they're like, this is not what I want. No, this is my favorite game. You're wrong. And it's like, okay. I mean, I always think about the defenders of, like, when we think of Assassin's Creed right now, you think of, like, the problems you have with Assassin's Creed, right? The problems you have with Assassin's Creed have nothing to do with the first Assassin's Creed game, which was not a complete product. The first Assassin's Creed game is a tech demo of what Assassin's Creed 2 is. But you, but there were people at the time that were like, this game rules, and I was like, I don't know what video game you're playing right now, but I don't think it's the same one that other people are playing. And it's just like, they just got in their head that they were like, oh, this is going to be a great game because I miss a certain era of Prince of Persia games, and this looks like a very cool, different Prince of Persia game, so I'm very excited about this thing. I'm excited about my Spider-Man Prince of Persia. And you're like, okay, you can be excited about it, but also, like, you have to live in some sort of reality, and I know a lot of people don't want to live in any sort of reality, but they gotta have some reality. But yeah, I mean, I remember somebody I knew pretty well just be so mad that Assassin's Creed didn't, like, review well, and it was like, it's not a full video game. It's not done. It's got promise. It's got an interesting thing going to it, but, like, there's not enough there to be a video game. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. I'm going to finish these stickers, then we'll take a break, talk about ways you can support the channel, and then we'll get back to building, because we've got more building to do here. But I got to put some stickers on a thing. And then we'll talk about some anime. Got 3 animated shows to talk about. But yeah, this is an era right now. We are in the era of, like, delays for good reasons, is what I like to say. We are in the era of good reasons for delays. Like, people working from home, very good reasons for delays. Like, production being slowed because of factories having to close or work differently or smarter, or, and just like, yeah, good reasons. Less boats going from China to the United States as a perfectly fine practical reason for delays. That I'm like, yep, sure. There used to be 3 boats, now there's 1. And then I think the second boat opened up. So, like, if you like board games or tabletop games or card games, like, you can finally get those. Because they're slowly opening all that up again. But yeah, this is just going to be delays. We got to be okay about it. I've got a model kit coming that originally was going to get here on Wednesday. It is now getting here on Saturday. And that is okay. I am all right with that. It's like, okay. I don't need it right away. Would I have liked it on Wednesday? Sure. Of course I would have liked it on Wednesday. Am I getting it on Wednesday? Nope. All right, we got through all of these many, many stickers. As you can see here, there's just a whole lot of stickers on this kit. Whole lot of stickers all the way around. We are going to start working on the sails, which has a lot to attach here. When do we put the stickers on the sails? Is that later? Or no, wait. Sorry. We're not going to the sails. That's the wrong number. Number 9. I was like, that doesn't seem right, because it wasn't right. Yeah, we still got more of a ship to build. I was like, sails? We can't go to the sails yet. That seems wrong. And I was wrong. We got to build more of the cabin on the ship. Ooh, and then we're going to build that dog. That's going to be fun. Fun to put that dog together. All right. So let's take a pause for the cause. If you're new to the stream, what's a pause for the cause? Well, that is where I talk about ways you can support the channel if you'd like. You are, of course, under no obligation to do so, but if you'd like to support what I do, feel free. You can throw the Baer Cave leg of the scythe emote if you're currently a subscriber. That would be rad. That's a great way to say, hey, Pat, I like what you're doing here. So feel free to do that. If you're currently a subscriber, if you're not a subscriber, you could use your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you linked it to your Twitch, you could do that. You get a free token. You can use that for somebody. You could use that for me. Or if you wanted to, you could use Cash Money. There are a lot of subscribers here. Some of them watch every week. Some of them are every stream. Some watch once a week. Some rarely watch. They watch the VODs, and that way they don't get ads when they watch the VODs. Or they watch it later on YouTube, and that's very nice. You could gift a subscription. We've had no gifts this month. If you would like to support what I do here and you're already a subscriber and every once in a while you want to throw a gift sub out there, you could do that. You could also do bits and coins. Bits and coins are always appreciated. You can cheer. That just goes to helping me out, and I appreciate it. These are all optional things. These are just things you could do if you wanted to help support what I do. I also have a Patreon, and maybe you feel like joining my Patreon. I just had a long-term supporter drop my Patreon, which is a shame, but I understand it. So if you want to jump in there, and maybe $5 a month through Twitch is not your style, but $1 a month, $3 a month, or maybe you're like, well, I don't really want to do tier 2 here, but $10 a month on Patreon gets me cool stuff. And there are rewards for everything. So you can do that. That is an option you've got out there if that's something you'd like to do. You can join my Patreon. If you're watching this later on YouTube, I'm putting stuff in chat on the live stream, but the YouTube video has it in the show description. Also, thanks for watching on YouTube. I always like to shout out my YouTube folks because I understand and I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to get through these really quick. We'll go back to building. I have an Amazon wish list. The Lego set I built on Saturday came from my Amazon wish list. I have another Lego set that somebody else picked up coming from that was bought on my wish list. I just noticed today. I built a Camaro. I got a Porsche coming. I don't know who bought that, but somebody bought that off my Amazon wish list, and I really appreciate it. I think they bought that today. Anyway, I've got inexpensive Lego. I'm going to throw some more Lego in there soon. I've got some inexpensive model kits in there. Some of them are high grades. Some of them are master grades. Some of them are, like I said, pretty inexpensive. Some of them are pretty expensive. They're all very cool kits, and I would be happy to build them. So if you bought one of them on my wish list, it would come to me, and then it jumps the queue. So I don't build the RGM I've got there. I don't build the Cario model kit I've got there. I don't build the kit of the high grade I've got coming on Saturday. Instead, I buy what you bought me, or I build what you bought me. So the Lego set, when this is done, that Lego set will be the next thing I build, unless there's something else on my wish list, in which case then we'll decide between the two. And then also, as I said, at some point down the line, I will get something from USA Gundam Store that I pre-ordered will be coming sometime this month, and that'll jump to queue too, because someone bought a gift card. Because that's another way to support what I do. Somebody, Harold, who's not here tonight, and that's okay, went to USA Gundam Store, got a gift card, came in his email, then he mailed me, then he sent me a DM with the code, because my DMs are open. And then I built, I pre-ordered a kit, which is not arrived yet. I'm going to actually go to USA Gundam Store right now as we're talking, because I'm reminding myself to do it. And I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to see if my order has been fulfilled yet. It is still unfulfilled. It updated to say, instead of October, it was supposed to be October. Now it's November. Has not paid, has not shipped. Hopefully, my ultimate Son Gohan will ship at some point this month. I would love it if it did. Instrument arrival is November. So hopefully, at some point, I will get that, and I will be able to build it. Should I have just bought something instead of pre-ordering? Yeah, probably. But I really wanted to build Gohan, and I still do. So we'll get to that at some point. If you haven't joined my Discord, I got a Discord. You can join that. It's a cool place full of chill people. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on there and share the things they're into. And it's fun. It's a nice little community. A couple of YouTube videos for me to share with you. Pat Baer's Anime Club. If you're like, Pat, I don't know to watch this new season of anime. Can you go through every single show that you're watching? Well, this is the video where I do that. I have a new Pat Baer's Anime Club on Monday. I posted at Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, and you can see in the mid-afternoon, I posted like, hey, what do you want to hear about for other episodes of Pat Baer's Anime Club? Because I have a couple ideas of videos to do, but I would love to hear more. And I have not gotten as many responses as I would like. So feel free to check that out on Twitter and reply to that. I'll probably retweet it. Also, Baering the List, I ranked different kinds of cheese. Cheeses were ranked. I ranked different things. I will have a different food thing this Wednesday. I'm ranking on Wednesday. I'll put a new video up. I'm ranking Thanksgiving foods, sides, main dishes, beverages. I'm ranking a bunch of Thanksgiving stuff. Someone made a list. It looks like a good list, so I will be doing that. And I think you should check that out. I'm going to retweet my tweet here. And then, cool. All right. I'm going to drink a little water. Then we're going to talk about anime that came out in the past 2 days, because I talked about anime at the second half of every stream. So we'll put that in there. But I also need a little water. Maybe you need a little water. You can drink some water. Pat, can I get a spoiler? Did you include easy cheese, the greatest of all cheeses, on your list? Dirty. My cheese list did not include easy cheese because I didn't make the list. I was just ranking. I found a ranking list, and I ranked the cheeses that were listed there, and easy cheese was not included. Also, easy cheese is not a cheese. It's a cheese product. It might be one of the greatest cheese products of all time, but it's not a cheese. It's a cheese product. So there you go. All right, so we're going to talk about some anime. I'm going to get this ready to go. Also, before I start talking about animes, but speaking of anime, I didn't know I could do this, and so that I could import animated GIFs until I did it. So I can import animated GIFs. So I imported some animated GIFs. Look at these little doggies running around. That's cute. Oops. That's not what I want to move. I want to move this. I'm going to put these up here. Little doggies running around. Actually, what I'm going to do is, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to lock this so that my overhead camera can't move around. I can lock that. That's the thing I forgot about. Also, check this shit out. That's going to go right over here for now. I don't know why. I just decided that would be cool. Random survey question. Have you ever given someone a wedgie before or gotten one? Neither, Jay Moore. I have never given or received a wedgie. Wedgies were not a popular form of bullying or goofing. So I am a child of the 80s and a teen of the 90s. And in the 90s, it was popular to try to pants people because big pants were, big pants held up by belts were popular. So instead of trying to pull people's underwear up, most of the time, if you were going to prank someone, you were going to try to pull their pants down around their ankles. Pantsing was very popular. So that was, so no. Never given a wedgie, never received a wedgie. And that was definitely a random one. Not easy cheese, then good cheese would be my second greatest cheese. All right, Dirty, you're not wrong. That is good cheese. I got 1 week of home suspension for pantsing my friend on the chin-up bar in gym class. Dr. Lullaby, he's doing chin-ups on the chin-up bar. What, you're not going to pants him? Come on. That's perfect pantsing opportunity. Like, that's where you pants somebody. It was too easy. Exactly. A friend of mine got in trouble. Got out of it, but was in trouble for pantsing someone. It was I could not pants them. Yeah, he was on stage. We were goofing around. We were working on the school play, and a friend of mine was goofing around on the stage, and he was standing on a big black box delivering a fake monologue, and we were all laughing. And then somebody snuck up and pantsed him, and he was standing on a big black box on a stage, and he was so high up, but he got pantsed, and it was hilarious. I was like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get pantsed, that's when it would happen. All right, so we got to build ourselves our cabin here, so we will do that. And I'm definitely going to talk about anime because that is what happens here in the second hour of our streams. Is I build model kits and I talk about anime. I continue to build a model kit and then I also talk about anime. But we're going to have to put a lot of stickers on this because that is still what happens here. because there are a lot of windows that need stickers put on there. Why is there a bunch of running dogs on the stream? Did I miss something? Yes. 2 Gundams of fighting. I'm all confused. So, Dirty, right after we got done with me doing the pause for the calls and talking about things that we can, ways you can support the channel, I mentioned that a thing I didn't know I could do and just found out very recently was that you can import animated GIFs into OBS and they will just run forever. I didn't know you could do that. I knew you could import images, obviously, but I didn't know that you import animated GIFs. So now we have we have 2 animated GIFs. I got dogs running, and then I got Gundams fighting. Because I was looking for good and these are transparent, obviously. I was looking for good transparent animated GIFs, and the dog one, I was like, well, that's awesome. And then then I had to look harder for a good animated. It's not a complete loop, unfortunately. It's not a perfect loop, but it's still good. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to shake things up. I probably won't have them go the whole time because I know that you're looking at them more than I'm looking at them because I'm looking at what I'm doing and not necessarily looking at the monitor. But I don't know. I thought it was funny to do this, so we're doing it. Let's see. That's one of these is 8 and one of these is 9. Which one's 8? Which one's 9? We'll figure it out. 8 is this one. Oh, they're both 8. That's what it is. All right. Pat, if you have Epic Store on your computer, then Elite Dangerously is free on Thursday. Live your best faith life. Okay. All right, Dirty. That is a good suggestion of something to check out. I have not ever checked out that game, so yeah, probably could do that. All right, so we got to put stickers on these pieces to build our cabin here, our main cabin. So we'll put some stickers on there. All right, let's get rid of the dogs for now, and we'll keep. We'll put these up here. I think that's just fun to have going on over there. Just have some Gundams doing some Gundam stuff. It's still a Gundam stream. All right, I got anime to talk about. By the Grace of the Gods is definitely my favorite of the isekai this season. Last episode, we had a bunch of stuff was going down. Like, we had a lot of action. This episode, no action. Ryoma, our main dude, who is important to remember. Ryoma was a 30-something-year-old man who is now in the body of an 11-year-old, but he still has his brain and memories of his previous life in our world, and he's starting over. Well, he wants to strike out on his own. So, from a narrative perspective, not looking at the choices the character's making, looking at from a narrative perspective, him striking out on his own, so he has his own business, and so he can, do other stuff, is smart. It allows him to meet other characters and do other things. I think that's a smart choice because it will, otherwise, it could be kind of boring. And now there's a chance for him to meet new people and go on other experiences and having a little more excitement in the series. So I'm on board with that. I think part of it is that he's these people have been helping me too much. I need to be independent. He's a little bit of his old life showing, where he could allow for more help, and because they're not really doing too much. Because he's also an incredible, fighter and worker. And so, they're not taking advantage. If anything, they're taking advantage of him more than anything else. And they're not really. Their conditions are yeah, you can go do what you want, but, stay with us while we're still here. And give us updates, write us letters, and let us know what's going on, and visit. And he's like, okay. And then the young lady, whose name I can't remember right now, was also, when I graduate, you got to come to my graduation. And he's like, okay, sure. He wants to be an adventurer, but he wants to start a laundry service because he has cleaning slimes, and the cleaning slimes can do work that no one else can do. They're very good at cleaning the grime from goblins, which apparently most adventurers have to throw out their gear. he has no chance against his future wife and mother-in-law. Exactly, Journey. I mean, the show is, yeah, he's just like, oh, this woman who kind of sees me as a surrogate mom who also understands that her daughter is interested long term. Like, yeah, dude, you're not escaping this shit. Like, nah. These people adopted you into their lives. You ain't getting away just because you're like, I don't want to be dependent on people. Um Anyway, he registers with the Merchant Guild, so now he's in three guilds. He's in the Tamer Guild, the Adventurers Guild, and the Merchants Guild. But yeah, he's going to make a laundry service. He gets a plot of land. They start building. He gets some help from some of his adventurer friends, which is really fun and nice. They're all like painting and stuff and hanging out and helping, which is cool. It's good that he has friends, that want to help him out. That's just nice. It's like a nice little bit of business. I got to get 6 on here, which is the seagulls. No, right. 6. So that's 6 is. Okay, yeah. So 6 is. Yes. Because this is the Navy. This is the first. This is the first Navy ship I've ever built a model kit of. I've done pirate ships, but I've never done the naval ships before. So it makes sense that these would be on the ship to designate that this is a naval ship. All right. Put that on there. Hell yeah. All right, we got one piece done, so we can put that in like that. Cool. All right, to continue what's on about here, he calls it Bamboo Forest Laundry, and he's almost ready for business. He's going to have a little party, thanking people. A guy he's been working with who knows the Duke family, not Dutch, the Duke family that he's staying with, sets it up. He's going to have some employees and blah, blah, and he'll get a manager because he probably, he's a kid. And then mentions that, like, he doesn't have much of a poker face. And he's like, oh, I used to have a poker face. Weird. I don't really have one anymore. That's weird. Coincidentally, he stops off at the church to talk to one of the gods that brought him to this world. There's 3 of them, but the other 2 are doing shit. They're all hanging out. So it's just one of them, and so they don't have much time. And the guy's like, hey, this is Kufo, one of the gods, is like, you're regressing a bit because you're of the young body you're in. So you got to be careful about that. And that probably has something to do with the fact that he's like hanging out with a child that is theoretically his age but isn't. And how he doesn't have much of a poker face, and how, as he said, he's been really emotional lately. And that probably is him just like settling into the body he's in, which I don't know if that's why that would be a terrible, terrible thing, but I guess it is. So he's got to be careful with that, and I didn't expect that to happen. So as far as I can think, and maybe if if you're experienced with isekais as well, is there a show where somebody like outside of Ascendance of a Bookworm, is there a show where the body that you inhabit in this world really dictates what's going on with you? Like, obviously, slime, the whole point is that he's reincarnated as a slime. But it's not holding him back because he's the best, coolest slime ever. And maybe I guess some of Spider, so what? But that hasn't come out yet. That is going to be dealing with that stuff too, I believe. But I know Ascendance of a Bookworm, a big part of Ascendance of a Bookworm is that like the body that she's inhabiting died, and she took over the body when she died, so she's dealing with the issues that body has. But I can't think of an example of it anywhere else. Like, a lot of it is like, I told you to make my abilities average in the next life. It's like, that's just an overpowered character. Like, there's nothing detrimental about it. So it's kind of interesting that there might be an issue with the fact that he's reincarnated in a young body might cause a problem for him. Is kind of interesting. Anyway, as I said, not a lot happened this episode. They're just getting ready. Uh, we can't have too much action because there was so much action in the last episode. So I kind of understand why this one a little more low key. Totally okay with me. The next thing we'll talk about is Maesetsu opening act. So I'll say this right off the bat. This was not one of my favorite episodes. This show, I think it's an original series, and I think if it in a manga, somebody would have said, "Hey, you need to focus on what you want to do with this story," because this episode, there's too many main characters in the show, in my opinion. Because first off, it's about doing a specific form of stand-up comedy in Japan, the duo comedy, right? So it's very specific in what it's about. So it's about duos, right? So you would think it's about this show. If I was going to say like, hey, there's an anime about duo comedy, and in this world it's still very popular. It isn't popular in Japan, but this one is exaggerating it. And you'd be like, oh, so there's like two girls who are trying to make it, right? And it's them like struggling and trying to figure it out as they like work part-time and focus on that. They discovered it in high school, and now they're trying to make it in and move up the ranks, get experience and move up, right? And you're like, yeah, well, it's about two sets of duos. They're all friends, they all work together, and they're all struggling. They're similar in their abilities and talent, and they're in the same position. They all work part-time at the same place. They're all trying to move up in the world at the same time. You'd be like, oh, that's probably too many, like one too many duos. You'd be like, okay, well, also at the same time, there's an established group of girls. They graduated from high school not too long ago, but they've made it. They've made a name for themselves. They're on their way up. They're established, and you're like, oh, okay. So the show's about them, right? No, they're kind of in the show and they're characters, but they're not the main characters. Okay. And then occasionally, we're going to find out one of the girls in one of the main groups, her younger sister, wants to she's still in high school, she's a freshman in high school, she wants to join a comedy duo with her friend and pursue it. And you're like, oh, so are they the main characters? And you're like, no, they're rarely in it, except for some episodes where it's dedicated to them, like this episode. It's all of those things. It is college students trying to make it, two sets of them, high school girls just starting out, and an established group reaching for more fame. And I don't think it should be all of those things. I think it should be one of those things. I still like it. It still makes me feel like reminded how it feels to struggle. And I appreciate that. Because this episode is about the members of Sundora, who are the ones that are just starting out. They're trying to enter this high school competition and get by the first round, which is a videotape. So they're like working on their joke, their set, and practicing it, and doing it for friends, and filming it, and submitting it, and there's a montage, and they don't get in. And it's one of them like kind of understanding that, and the other feeling like they wasted their time, and she's putting it all on herself. And it's really emotional. There's a really beautiful moment where like, I don't know if Kane wants to do it so much as she wants to be with her best friend and be in a duet. I don't know if she wants to pursue comedy so much as she wants to like be in a comedy duo, which I think is really touching and cute. And we get to see like, not that she's wizened or anything, but my Fuyu, who is like the one who is still struggling and trying to make it, you get to see her be like a good older sister, and it was nice. And then next episode, the two main groups are gonna go see professional stand-up, and I think they're gonna end up seeing either they'll see or they'll run into the girls who are the established group, JK Cool. But like I said, I'm really digging this from a perspective of as a comedian who is like interested in seeing this work, especially because it is focused on a style of comedy that I have never done, because it is not popular here in the States. So that is really fun to see an anime based on that style. Um, uh, and like, yeah, I think the trappings of it are interesting, and I like the characters, but I do think that I wish that it was more focused. Anyway, that's Maesetsu opening act. Um, and now I'll talk about the last show I watched in the past 2 days, which is Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. But wait, our princess is in another castle, which they do not make a joke of. Um, but she is kidnapped. Our kidnapped princess, who was kidnapped, the whole point is that the Demon King kidnapped her, and then she's trying to get a good night's sleep. That's the premise of the show. Did you say your new favorite anime? Uh, did I say I was going to talk about my new favorite show? I don't know if I don't think I said that. I talking about this is the talking about these three: By the Grace of the Gods, Maesetsu opening act, and Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. Um, uh, I really dug this episode because we got new characters and her in a new setting. So she got kidnapped by Hades, who thinks he should be the Demon King, and we found out the name of our actual Demon King. His name is Twilight, which is terrible. But his castle's a real dump, and the princess has to start over. So she it's this fun thing where even though obviously they kidnapped her, the Demon King and his commands, they've come to really like her, which I think is really fun. Um, they come to really appreciate her, and they're not interested in fighting Hades. Uh, they're interested in rescuing uh, the princess, which I just think is cute. I thought that was very fun. It was a fun choice that I was really into. This episode was very fun. Like I said, I've gotten a little tired of the show, and this really shook things up, which I was very happy about. That it kind of changed the ground, because now she's in a new environment, which ended by the end of the episode. Spoilers. There was also a new character named Hypnos, which I really liked. He has to sleep 20 hours a day, so she considers him a master and learns a lot from him. Yeah, the change of scenery was great. It was a very funny episode. A lot of good moments. I loved how much they wanted to rescue her and still kidnap her. And I guess Hades' plan was, well, I'll capture her, and then I'll defeat the hero when he comes to rescue, her from me, and then I'll be the new Demon King, which doesn't make sense, but was whatever. It was fine. I liked that they were cheering for her on the Zoom call. Yes, Dirty. That they were cheering her on and also helping her out because they didn't want her to get discovered. I really liked that. That was a very cute part. Yeah, this was a fun little thing. Also, that the teddy bear demons the teddy demons clearly love her, and I think that's very fun. She managed to. Oh, and just as they were about to fight, it looked like they were actually going to fight because they hadn't been able to pull off the rescue they were looking to pull off. She found that cloud car thing from Mario Brothers. She found that, and she was taking that back. But she wasn't trying to go home with it. She was just going back to that demon castle she knows that has the bed she likes. And I thought that was a cute little stuff. So yeah, this is a cute little episode. I wouldn't mind seeing Hypno again. I thought he was a fun character. And yeah, I do like that the demons were like, oh, it's pretty quiet out here. Without the princess, that they've all kind of got accustomed. But one thing I'll say, where's my minor character, the skeleton with an arrow through his head? He's my favorite minor character. I don't know his name. I don't know if he was given a name, but he's the best. And where's that? Where is he? I want him. I want him back. He's the best in the show. Come on. Please, please, please give me my very silly uh, skeleton that clearly died with an arrow going through his head, who still has the arrow on his head for no good reason. All right, we are gonna build. We're building a dog head. We're building the mast here, or the whatever it's called. Not the mast, but we're building the front thing on this ship. I do not know the name of it. I apologize for not knowing the name, but we're building it now. We're gonna build a doggy here and put some stickers on this doggo. So we'll do that as we assemble this. Get these all together here. Get all our components. We need A13. We need A7, which is the tongue. Got to get that tongue going there. But yeah, that's the shows I've been watching. I might come back to a show that I haven't watched in 2 weeks. I do not know if I will come back to, what do you call it? I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to come back to it. I think it's okay. It was an alright show. I don't know if it's going to, I'm like itching to watch it again. I think it's fine. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be like, I'm not necessarily feeling it. Because I think it was punching above its weight. I think it was attempting to deal with some real issues, and it doesn't seem like capable of doing that. So I was like, meh, I don't know. But it seemed like there were some good fights coming up and some character growth, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know. It caught it. It definitely. It was that weird thing where I watched the first episode and I was like, this is fine. But then I kept thinking about it, and I just kept thinking about it. And not every show, it takes I think, an interesting show to do that for me. Where even if I was like not immediately on board, but then I was like, well, I can't stop thinking about this show, so I guess I want to keep watching it. But eventually, did stop thinking about it. Oof, I'm having issues getting this sticker apart. There we go. Got to put our dog ears on here. Well, they're already on there, but we're putting our stickers for our dog ears in there. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. Haven't checked out really much of anything. I'm playing a lot of games. We are going to raid tonight at the end of the stream. On Saturday they were having technical difficulties, so we couldn't raid Desert Bus because I didn't want to raid if it wasn't live. But we are going to raid that and try to raid that tonight because it's nice. And the shift that's happening right now are my friends, and so I want to go and support them and watch what they're up to. So we will do that. So I know that, but I'm watching a lot of that, and it's been good. Mikey Newman was on this morning / this afternoon, and that was neat. It was fun for Mikey to be able to do it because Mikey just fucking rules and is just a great dude. So it was nice to see him hanging out with people and doing a cool thing. But yeah, it has been fun. They're raising a shitload of money for Child's Play, and that's awesome. Okay. So, got to do the underneath. No. Oh, yeah. So we got to put some stickers on here. We got 15, 14, 13. We'll do 13 now, which is the nose. Yeah. 13 is the nose. 12 is the eyes. I'm going to just tell you right now. This is not great. Like I don't understand. They're like, all right, so this sticker goes here, and this sticker goes there, and it just eventually I'm like, oh, I get what you're saying, but sometimes I don't quite get what they're saying. These instructions do leave a little bit to be desired. In 2013, they weren't doing the best job of communicating how stickers should be applied in English. They certainly got better at this. Bandai in general got better at it, but And, obviously this wasn't released in the US originally. So I understand why they would be not all about their international releases here. But still, I would like it if these were a little easier to read. All right, we got our dog nose on. Let's do the other stickers here, 15 and 14. 15 is that. These don't stay on particularly great, which is annoying. But yeah, are you all watching anything? Has anybody got anything? I asked this quite a bit, but if there's anything out there that you're like, this is my favorite show right now. This is my thing that I'm watching constantly. This is the thing I'm interested the most in. Like, yeah, feel free to let me know if you got a favorite thing that you're watching a lot of right now. Could be anime, could be just this is the TV show, this is the YouTube channel I'm really into. Got a few minutes left on the stream, so feel free to let me know. Yeah, if there's anything that you're like, this is what I'm into right now. As I said, I'm watching a lot of Desert Bus as they raise money and play games and do silly things. On Saturday, they did a very fun this or that I made. Graham played, which was Magic Card or Isekai. And I should have thought about the makeup of the people playing because they definitely knew, and the only ones that tripped them up were kind of like jokey magic cards that were like part of jokey sets, but did sound like they might be isekais. Like there was one that was like something magical hacker, which is not like a playable card, but was a release card, and does sound like the name of an isekai. Uh, and then a bunch of people were like, "Hey, if it had been D&D spell or isekai, you could have played like Gate and like a bunch of other ones." And I was like, "Yeah, well, that wasn't the game I was playing. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to do um, Magic Card because a lot of them play Magic cards." There is no both. That's what I really wanted to find, and I could not find it. There is no, as far as I can tell, Magic the Gathering card that is also the name of an isekai. There are close things like if you consider Spirited Away an isekai, which is totally reasonable to call it that. There is Spirit Away, not Spirited Away. There's a magic card named Spirit Away, so that's close. There's also Death Match magic card, which is close to Death March, but not the same. So I did try to find them, and unfortunately I could not find all of those things to even out. But it's okay. I thought it was a good little segment. I had fun doing it. It was nice to write up a little thing and then, give my little contribution to a big, wonderful charity event. And so people seemed to like it, which was fun, which is nice. People were playing along. But yeah, I didn't realize the audience that was playing was like one guy that knows a lot about magic cards, one guy that knows a lot about anime, and then two guys that know a lot about both those things. And I was like, "Oh no. I didn't realize who would be playing this. I should have done something very different." But it was still fun. I really thought there'd be a magic card named Gate. You'd think, right? That's why I picked Gate, because I was like, oh, that could be a magic card. But it is not a magic card. That was fun. It was just kind of good to flex those muscles, do a lot of research, and as I said, I tried. I tried very hard to find a double. Just couldn't. Alright, so was that 5 or 6? That was 6. We are almost done with our dog here. Lots of stickers had to be put on this dog, but we are almost done, which is great. It's going to feel good to finish that dog up. But yeah, that'll be what we do tonight. Is we're gonna go raid them. Hopefully, though, they aren't running into any technical issues. But I know that's been part of it. A lot of issues. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to. This is gonna be my little thing where it's like, uh, gate is the land type if I remember right. Yeah, it's not fully the name gate. It's not a full magic card, but it's like a type, but it's not a card. Um, but it is a Dungeons and Dragons spell, which makes sense. But I thought maybe if you didn't really know magic cards, you'd be like, oh, well, I think that's right, but it ended up being that everyone that was playing either really knew magic cards or really knew Isekais. So, and if I'd been able to find one that was both, I could trip people up because maybe they would think that one of these was going to be both. But I couldn't trip people up. So, but it was still fine. I still had a good time with it, and they seemed to have fun doing it, and that matters. All right, so I got to put this sticker on here. Oop. Got to make sure I get all these little pegs out. All right, so now I got to put this leash. Instead of making it this color, they just gave it a sticker, which is fine. But you guys got to go and put this sticker. This is kind of ingenious because it's just like a bunch of pegged holes. You got to go and put this around. And then as you pull it through, press down on it, but not too hard down on it so that you don't do what I just did, which was break the sticker. So now I've broken the sticker, but this is like the only sticker in the world that's okay to break because it's just all going to go around this, so it's fine that this is broken because I just have to line it up where it was supposed to go. I do have a little dot stuck on my finger. Put that there. So yeah. So I would say this is probably the best case scenario for getting something stuck on here is, ripping a sticker is, well, it does have to just go around these holes anyway, so it's okay. But I would like to not rip it anymore, so I'll try to be more careful as I do the rest of this here. All right. Okay, and I'm just going to press this down along each one. I'm just going to use the X-Acto blade here to just press all these down so I can get a good stick on this. Yeah, these stickers are, they're 7 years old, and sometimes 7-year-old stickers are a big problem, and sometimes they are no problem at all. And this one feels like it is in between, where sometimes it is no problem at all, and sometimes it is like, ooh, this does not want to work in our favor. All right, so we did that. Press it all down. It's not perfect, but it's fine. Then we're going to finish the dog head here, and then we'll go and give a raid. So let me just get this dog head attached, but I got to put the body on first. It's a weird thing to say. We've got a little bit of, going to put this on here, front of the ship. Put on our thing here. Go for the side that looks the best. And then, yep. And we will be building the bottom of the boat. This boat separates because these boats do a thing, which I think rules, is they allow you to like have it on this fake water. So we'll have this fake water here. So you can do it like this, as you can see. And then it's just like that. And then you also can build the whole boat and put it on a stand. I really like that they give you those options. I think those options are very cool, and yeah, just add a lot of love to the kit. All right, that's not attaching. Let's put it the other way. See if that's the problem. Why is this not going in? What am I doing wrong? There we go. All right. So yeah, that's the thing I really love about these kits is they give you options. Um, so next stream, which will be Thursday, our next build stream will be on Thursday. We will complete the bottom of this kit and finish that off. But this is where we're gonna stop for tonight. I'm gonna go and make sure that we can raid, but we'll do the outro portion here. Whoops, did the wrong thing. Let me go and see if that is looking good. We'll go see if they're still streaming without any problems. They are. They seem to be going well. So we're going to go raid Desert Bus and enjoy ourselves, hang out there for a while. So feel free to come along this raid. My next stream will be on Wednesday. It will be my bonus stream. Feel free to come along on my bonus stream. I think you'll have fun there. I'll be playing Hearthstone, the new expansion, so we'll be playing modified old decks, maybe some new decks. I'm going to be spending a lot of time tomorrow researching decks, seeing what I get with the gold I have, what packs I unlock, or cards I unlock with the packs. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We are going to go raid right now, so feel free to come along on the raid, and I'll see you in the next build with Baer. Goodbye, everybody. I got to wait for this to count down, let you come in. Feel free to come on this raid. It'll be fun and silly. If you don't know Desert Bus, they'll explain it. It'll be a good time. Feel free to come along, and I'll see you in the next build with Baer. Goodbye.